Hi, everyone. So this week we are going to be making a proposal for what we want to do for Project 3. So um, if you look over this assignment, it's just going to ask you, what is the medium that you want to use for the project? Um, and so I'm asking, do you want to make a video? Do you want to make a podcast, some sort of, um, like photo essay or blog, a social media post? I've had students make all kinds of texts. And so if you have an idea, I would just encourage you, go for it. And just keep in mind too that you can also make something that is a proposal to, or like a pitch to make something else, like a movie or a video game or something that's like pretty complex. I have a student who's considering doing like an art exhibit. So it's really up to you. But so you want to share, what is the medium of the text? What are some similar texts that you could use to kind of model your decisions? And so next week we're going to do a model text analysis. And so I just want you to start thinking, like, what are some examples of this type of text that you think would be helpful to look at to make choices about what you want to create? Um, and then kind of finally getting to the argument. What is the purpose of the text? What are you hoping to communicate? Are you trying to get people to go watch a movie? Are you trying to get people to start using a new technique? Are you trying to share research information? Whatever the purpose is, you want to make sure that you're thinking about that. Who are you creating this text for? It doesn't have to be for everybody, right? And so it might be for, incoming freshmen at South Mountain, or it might be for, other people in Phoenix or something like that. So think a little bit about like who your target audience might be. It doesn't have to be for every single person. And then how are you going to make this text, and what kind of questions might you have about how to make it? Let me know, because I try to link you up with resources and things like that if you are trying to figure out how do I share a video with you and things like that. So to start thinking through some of these decisions, some of you already have decided what you want to make. Some of you really, have already started on this project. But if you are wanting to think a little bit more about what types of choices you could make, or even if you just want to get a little bit more grounding in the topic of multimodal composition, I'm sharing sort of a textbook type reading with you. I mean, literally chapter 18 of a textbook. So I think this is a pretty good chapter. There's a lot of text on here, but it's broken up a lot into things like bullet points. There's videos on here and things like that. So if you want to skim through this, that might be a good way of getting some ideas. These are going to be different types of text that you might want to consider making, like an infographic, YouTube video, podcast, website, blog. I don't know about text message. I'm open-minded. And then I also just want to tell you too, like, if you did want to make something physical, like tangible objects, like a poster or um, you know, something that's like a physical object and not something that's intended to be published online, I'm open about that too. I have had students make posters in the past, paintings, and other types of things that are not digital. So if you're interested in that, I'm on campus almost every single day. It'd be easy enough for me to to pick it up, or you can always drop it off at my office. So there's also some videos on here that go over some of these concepts. Multimodal composition. This one's almost 10 minutes long, but it is pretty informative. So if this is something you want to learn more about and get a little bit more grounding, stuff that you could talk about too in your paper, this might be a good video to watch. And then finally, it's going to go over sort of techniques that you could use, and specifically talking about different types of ways of using visuals. Not everybody's going to have visuals. Some of you are wanting to make podcasts. Some of you are wanting to do things that are, that are not, that just, they're more audio, or they're more different types of modes. And so if you are thinking of doing visuals though, you might want to watch this video. It is shorter than the other one. It's only like 3 minutes. And it'll kind of talk you through like why to use different types of videos. And then there's some description, of different ways, but there's also there's a table down here that kind of talks about, well, what is the purpose of your communication? And then what kinds of visuals would be good for that purpose? And so I think this is kind of helpful, and it's pretty brief. And so if you just kind of want to look through here and get some ideas, I think that might be a good way to kind of move your project forward. And then finally, there are also audio choices at the end, talking about, well, what kinds of things do you want to be thinking about when you're thinking about recording a podcast? recording a song or something else that's audio, right? Including audio in your video, by the way, if for those of you who are making videos. All right, so I'm going to keep this video short. I just wanted to go over some of these resources. If you want to go ahead and read this through, I included it in a link in the module. I'm also going to include it in the assignment link or the announcement. So anyway, I hope you have a good day and good luck as you're brainstorming. Let me know if I can help you brainstorm projects. And I guess that's it. Have a good one.